Well, this week we're heading to one of Dad's favorite places to turkey hunt, Riverbend Whitetails in Sturgis, Kentucky. We hunt here every year. We hunted here for several years, and there's always turkeys there along the Tradewater River, and we're itching to get after them this week.
Turkey Hunter is brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
So wheels up, and we're heading to Sturgis, Kentucky. We are super fired up. We're eager to get there. We've been on the phone with Nick. He's been saying there's lots of birds. So opening day's tomorrow. We're gonna get there, do a little scouting, and see if we can't get on the Kentucky bird in the morning. Well, Dad and I get there the day before opener, and we decide to do a little scouting.
We just do a little walking. We're gonna slip down here. There's a big bottom right here. I killed a turkey in last year. As we're walking down through here, about a minute ago, a turkey gobbled down there in this hole. Pretty good ways off, but we just won't get in a position where we can watch this big bottom this afternoon. Hopefully get the scope on one for in the mornings. That's where we're heading.
Well, we just look and glass the rest of the evening. We hear a couple turkeys gobble, and we let it get almost dark, and then I coyote howl. And when I do, the whole place gobbles.
Listen, two turkeys right here. Sounds like Fort Campbell, though. Well, we know where they're at.
Well, it's opening weekend, or actually opening morning in Kentucky. We excited. We're here at Riverbend Whitetails. We come here every year and always have a great time. We did a little scouting yesterday evening and got some on the limb, so that's always a good thing. We just got to keep our fingers crossed that they do what we want them to come daylight, but I'd much rather have some on the limb than be going in blind, so that's a good thing. I think we got a pretty good game plan set up, so we'll just keep our fingers crossed and hopefully they'll act right and get one down this morning about 25 minutes before daylight. What do you think?
After daylight probably better, because before daylight might track to get green breeze.
Well, Dad and I know where we want to be. We head to this high point. It's a food plot, nice open area. We know these turkeys are going to be able to hear us good. We should be really close to a couple of them. So we get the decoys out, set up, and wait on daylight. Well, we hear several birds at daylight, but none of these birds ever progress. So we decide to get up and make a move, and sure enough, we lay eyes on a bird on a high point out in the middle of this field next to this pond. Well, this bird has what he wants. He's got his hens, and pretty much it's like that the rest of the day. All these birds are really henned up, and we can't get a bird to work the call. And eventually the rain shows up, and we have to call it quits for the day. Well, here we go, day 2. It's it pains me to say, but we had our rear ends handed to us yesterday. Beautiful day, and we heard a lot of turkeys. We just could not get in a position where one could see the decoy, and they didn't want anything to do with the call. I think they're really, really henned up, but we did notice some things yesterday. You know, some main areas where these turkeys like to travel. We've actually hunted this place before, but these turkeys use the mess out of this road that runs through the middle of the property, and they were hanging around this pond yesterday throughout the day. So we're probably gonna set up there today. We built this little wacky shack, little bushwhack shack here last night, and we're gonna go in there this morning, set up there, put some decoys out, and just hang. Big storm come through last night, and the temperatures dropped. It's gonna be 48 today at 6 o'clock, so it's gonna get up to about 54, but we're gonna contend with some winds. It's gonna be blowing, so about 30 miles an hour, gusting about 30 miles an hour. But hopefully these turkeys want to get out in this open area and dry off. That's what we're banking on. Maybe we can get one dead this morning, and things will clear off, and then we can jet to a different location and get another dead. But day 2, here we go.
There we went.
Well, it's cold and it's wet, but we're hid and we're in a good location. These birds hung right here all day yesterday. And as it breaks light, these birds are gobbling. And sure enough, when they hit the ground, one in behind us gobbles, and he's laid eyes on the decoy, and he's coming.
Right behind us. Blowed his head off. Blowed his head off. Alright guys, we got one at Riverbend Whitetails. We got our butts whipped yesterday and made a game plan. We were on these turkeys all day, and I saw them twice right here at this pond. Dad and I have always wanted to kill one right here at this pond, and we just did. The only thing sucks about it is he come in behind us, but that's okay. He put on the show. He pecked the fool out of the decoy. That was pretty dang awesome. We made a game plan. We built this bushwhack shack last night. It rained all night. Got here early in the rain. Set up. There's more turkeys in front of us. The good thing about this whole situation is only one turkey has seen these decoys, and he's dead. And there's more turkeys in front of us, it sounds like. So, I'm gonna go out there and get this bird and it's Dad's turn. Thank you.
Got it done at 6:30.
I think I blew his head off. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with his gun. Don't touch it.
Turkey Hunter is also brought to you by Apex Competitions, Indian Creek Shooting Systems, Foot on the Head Game Calls, Grounded Brand Turkey Vests, Apex Ammunition, and Vortex Optics.
Enter the Apex Outdoor Rewards Turkey Challenge in your state. Over $120,000 in cash rewards. Limited number of entries allowed statewide. Every bird is a possible winner. Reward your passion at apexoutdoorrewards.com.
Well, we get there early before daylight in the rain, and it pays off. We got a turkey on the ground at Riverbend Whitetails. Well, I go out and get my bird, and Dad and I swap up, and I just keep calling. Well, we don't sit very long at all, and I just happen to look to my left, and two gobblers have seen the decoys, and they're coming in hot.
There he is, right here. Here he comes. Here he comes. Two gobblers. Straight ahead.
Well, these birds hang out at the decoy forever, and they just don't offer Dad a good, clean shot. And as we're sitting here waiting, these birds lock heads, and the fight is on. Well, this goes on for about 10 minutes. And they circle all the way around us to our right, and at one point come within 10 feet of us. And they ease around in behind us and slowly slip out of range. About an hour goes by, and I look up to the right, and another gobbler is cresting the rise. He's seen the decoys, and he's coming. Well, I'm videoing this bird slow rolling right to us. And all at once, Dad says, right at the decoy, bird right at the decoy, and I just happen to look up, and another gobbler has slipped in behind us, and he's made it to the decoys, so we get on him.
Here's one point blank. Right here comes the decoy point blank. Right here at the decoy. Right here. Say when. I had two come in here and done everything but took the decoys off and then got in the fight and left.
Yeah.
Craziest thing I've ever experienced turkey hunting.
Yeah, they locked their heads up and would not leave. I mean, but they wouldn't give us a shot either. They was locked up, intertwined, couldn't get no shot. That was pretty freaking awesome. It worked out, didn't it?
You got that right.
We strategized yesterday. Hey, we knew we needed to be on this pond bank, because this is where all the action
You're
was.
exactly correct.
What an absolute awesome morning here at Riverbend Whitetails. We look forward to this trip each year, and I ain't afraid to say that them turkeys put a spanking on us yesterday, and they did. But the thing we learned yesterday is where these turkeys like to hang. And we chased them all day long, and we had some rain come in, and watching these turkeys around this pond levee, I knew we had to hunt this at some point, and hunted pretty much all day long yesterday and come in here with a game plan last night, made us a little bushwhack shack, stacked some brush up because it's pretty open around this pond. But it's a good spot. You could see good. They could see the decoys for a long way. And this morning, sure enough, right at light, they started hitting. We come in here, it was still raining. We had trash bag over the camera, but we got in here, got set up, and at light they were gobbling and sound like pretty much in every direction. And just went to calling, and heck, it was shortly after daylight. This bird I killed hit the ground in behind us, and he come in on a string. He gobbled in behind us and come around this pond levee, seen the decoys, and it was go time. He come up there, whooped the fool out of them, and we just swapped up. We knew there was a lot of turkeys here, and we just swapped up, gun for camera. Dad got behind the gun, and we went to calling again, and it wasn't long, and I look up in front of us, and two gobblers are on their way to the decoy. And when they got there, they stayed there forever, and we couldn't really get a clear shot because of the way they come in, and the one just stood like a statue in full strut and wouldn't do anything, and the other one sat there and pecked the decoy forever, and Dad didn't want to shoot because he was scared to shoot the decoy or kill two turkeys in one shot. What happened after that?
All at once. They commenced fighting. In 40 years of hunting, I've never really experienced a turkey fight that close at point blank, and I bet it lasted for every bit of, it had to have been 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
At one point in time, they were in the thicket beside us, not 10 feet from me, and before it was all said and done, not only did they fight out of camera frame, they fought out of gun range, and you talking about letting the wind out of somebody's sails. I was tore up after going through all that, waiting for an opportunity, and probably, I don't know, an hour later, Russ looks up and there's a turkey coming off the hill there behind us, in front of us to the right, and he's committing to the decoy, slow rolling in, and I just happened to look to my immediate right, and there's a gobbler strutting 10 feet from the decoy, and he comes on up to the decoy first. I'll just say this, after having them two walk out of my life like that, I didn't waste no time on that other He come in, ain't a whole lot of pre-roll of him, but it's gonna have to be enough.
That's right. That was pretty cool how all that went down, and we just stayed patient. We stayed where we was. We contemplated getting up, but we knew in the back of our minds there's too many turkeys. He's used this road right here next to this pond, and sure enough, it all worked out. Having that fight go down like it did, it was pretty incredible, and then ended up getting 2 birds here at Riverbend. We look forward to this each year. We can't thank Nick Kofelt and Kenneth Burgess enough for having us. They put us on the turkeys each year, and I can't wait to come back next
Every
year.
time of my life, every time I come here.
It's fun, ain't it?
Can't wait to come back.
What a great hunt.
Yes, sir. I love it.